Good morning friend, we are discussing about the daily 5 vision question. Let's discuss the first question of today. First question is about the solidification, in which what is this process. Basically it is related to the geography, in which you have to answer the question that are statement based, in which 3 statements are given in front of you. In the first statement it is given that it is the process of the slow movement of the water saturated soil. It means that there is a for example there is a hill and just a minute. For example, there is a hill and there is a soil here, and it is a slow movement of this water plus a soil and some of the part of the hill itself. Number second, it is particularly widespread in a permafrost region. It means that this type of situation is found in the permafrost region. What do you mean by permafrost region? Permafrost region is nothing but the 2-year continuously frozen water that found in that region, and in this particular region that are found commonly in a Siberia region, in which the whole soil can be frozen and that the economically activity cannot be done by the area that they are found in. Number third, the absence of deep rooted vegetation aids solidification. Means that there is not any vegetation found there, because of that the soil gets soluted and that they are moving down below the slope and form the plain. Is it type the solidification the activity is regarding like that. So in front of you 4 options are there, first and second, second third, first second third and first and third. If you know the one option or the two option, you can give the answer. Number second question, if you are talking about from the ecology, which among the following are capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen into ammonium ion? It means nitrogen is N2 and that is converted into ammonium NH4 positive ion. So you have to tell the correct option here, in which the following capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen into ammonium ion. It means that nitrogen is freed that are found in the atmosphere, but we have to convert nitrogen NH plus 4 positive here, and it is done by which of the following bacteria that are given in the question. And give question in which the question are given the following option: aerobic azotobacter, rhizobium, nitrobacter, that are found basically in the pulses. Where the pulses are grown, the rhizobium is come from the symbiotic relationship between the pulses and the soil that found there. Nectobacteria, or that is naturally found. Okay, Nectobacter and Nitrosomonas bacteria. So you have tell the correct option, code given in front of you. Let's discuss the next question. Next question is from the point of view of the economy. Number 4, in this question, in the context of the stock market, you have to consider the following statement regarding the bear market. What do you mean by bear market? Bull and bear market that is related to the stock market, and which it represent bear market. Basically the question is like that. In a bear market, investors rush to sell their stock. It means that they purchase a stock in getting that they would get a fetch or a maximum return in the future, but because of the poor condition of the economy, the investors sell their stock. Number second, during the country's economy is strong and employment level are high, in the type of a situation that are found in where economy is strong and employment level are high. So this is the question, and you have to tell the correct option and code in front of you, first and second and neither one neither two. Fourth question, that is related to the cabinet mission. You can directly say that from the history. Number first of statement in front of you, it is recommended an undivided India and turned down Muslim League demand for a separate Pakistan. It means that the cabinet mission recommended that the undivided India should be there. It means that the union of India should be there, and the demand for the Muslim League are turned down by this plan that is known as the cabinet mission plan. Number second, it provided all the members of the interim cabinet would be Indian. So this type of a statement is there, and you have to again choose the correct statement here. First, second, and neither one, neither two are the option in front of you. Let's discuss the next question. Next question is related to the polity section. Which of the following members are the part of the electoral college that elect the vice president of India? Okay. It means that it basically asks you the which thing make the electoral college so that they can choose vice president of India. And who is the vice president of India? Let the Rajya Sabha of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The first option that they are given is the elected member of the parliament, second nominated member of the parliament, elected member of both the state legislative assembly. So you have again choose the correct option here. Okay. Consider the following statement regarding the solidification. The current question in front of you is I am asking about it is the slow motion movement of the water saturated soil. That is also correct. It is particularly widespread in permafrost region. Yes, it is a permafrost region because of there is no deep rooted vegetation, and that helps in the aid solidification. So first, second, third are correct. Let's see what in reason give to us. Solidification involve downslope flowing soil mass or fine-grained rock debris saturated with water. It is particularly widespread in permafrost region. Permafrost refer to the layer of the groundwater that fill in the pores, spaces of the soil and rock that is permanently frozen. Because of the permafrost is impermeable to water, in summer soil overlying it may become saturated and slide down under the pull of gravity. Soil that had been opened and weakened by frost action is most susceptible. In addition, absence of deep-rooted vegetation also increase the process of the solution, and hence all these statements that are given in the question are correct. Second question, if you are talking about the fixation of the nitrogen into ammonium. So the following bacteria are in front of you. Aerobic Agitobacter and Rhizobium are the correct option, and Nitrobacter and Nitrosome bacteria, I think that is the reverse conversion of the ammonium to nitrogen. Let's see. First and second are correct. Certain microorganisms are capable of the fixing of atmospheric nitrogen into ammonium ion. These include free-living nitrifying acid, for example, aerobic Azobacter and anaerobic Clostridium that are found in our sludges also. The whole process of the recycling of the water are done through the anaerobic Clostridium that you are in, if you are reading the 9th to 10th class NCERT, in which they are given this particular thing also. And symbiotic nitrifying agent living in association with the leguminous root noodle plant, example Rhizobium, as well as a blue-green alga, and that also be known as the spirulina and anabina, etc. Ammonium ion can be directly taken up as a source of nitrogen. Why they wanted to convert this nitrogen into ammonium? And because the plant directly get these things so that they can form the leaves, stems, roots, etc. Nitrosome bacteria promote transformation of ammonia into nitrate. Nitrate is further transformed into nitrate by the nitrobacteria. So it is the reverse process. So first and second statement are correct, and hence first option are right. If you are talking about the bear market, I already told it about it. In the bear market, investor rush to sell their stock, yes, and in the bull market it is opposite. Bear market is in which the investor rush to sell their stock. During it, the country's economics don't know. That is not the case. If the countries don't, the bear thing are not happen, but the bull things are much more prevalent as compared to the bull. Yes, bull be that also happen, but prevalency or the degree is matter here. Bear market, if we are talking about that is the decline phase of the economy. Share prices are continuously dropping, resulting in a downward trend that investors believe will continue the long run, which in turn perpetuate the spiral. During a bear market, the economy will typically slow down and unemployment is rising here. Companies begin laying off the worker. In a bear market, investors rush to sell their stock before they lose more value there. A bull market refer to is opposite situation, and you can read from there. Let's see the next question. Next question, for example, yes, the cabinet mission recommended the undivided India. They wanted the India should be union or the union form and turned on Muslim League, demanded for a separate Pakistan. Yes, that is also correct. It provided all the members of the interim cabinet. That is the unique feature of that time, and it is the more relevant because there is a much more pressure from the Allied side to the British, and the situation that arises because of the World War II also make this effort of the government is more futile to continue within India, and it should be there that it goes from India and just administrate his own country. The silent feature of the cabinet mission, for example, the cabinet mission was convinced that Pakistan was not viable. Yes, that the minority autonomy must somehow be safeguarded within the framework of the United India. The cabinet mission therefore recommended an undivided India and turned down the Muslim League demand for a separate Pakistan. It also restricted the communal representation. For example, there are various cadres in which our country are divided into section A, section B, section C, and various cadres are formed so that they can be betterly governed as per the economic, socio-economic condition. But the whole combination of these sections would be combinedly the four thing, I think three things: defense, communication, and one more is or external affair, foreign ministry. You can see that the whole things are happened with the central government, and other the section there is much more power or the more autonomy as like in USA, which has a much more representation and the much more federal than any other state in the world, and that are just extended these things to India. All of this subject, then the union subject and all residuary power should be with the provinces, and Jo Muhammad Ali Jinnah ji the that also wanted to these things that the autonomy should be with the provinces, and they are called provinces, but we call the state because provinces are much more autonomous. Provinces are much more near to the government or the union government that are founded. For example, provinces are also called in Canada, in which the more union structure are found. But in India, state are called there, and in USA also state are also there. Let's see. It represents the simple versus a simple term, and it not the further case. Let's see the which of the following the present and the electoral college, the vice president. Yes, elected member of the parliament, nominated member of the parliament. Yes, that is correct, but that is not the fact that elected member of the state legislature at the part of the election or the election of the president of India, not the vice president of India. First and second are correct. Let's see. The vice president is elected by the member of an electoral college, consists of a member of both the house of the parliament, both the elected and the nominated member. But there is not in case of the president, in which the only elected member are participated in the electoral college, but at the same point of time the legislative assembly are represented in the case of the president election. But that is not a case found in the vice president case. In accordance with the pay and the system that are using is the proportional representation by single means transferable vote. It does not include the member of the state legislative assembly in the case of the president that are represented. So first and second statement both are correct here. C, that is the news today, and it is the 12th December 2020. Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways draft India Port Bill 2020. That is why it is news, and that is the major port are Kandla, Mumbai JNPT, Mumargo, New Mangalore, Cochin, Tuticorin, Innore, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, like that. Second news, India Uzbekistan 9 agreement are make sign there, and next is the non-communication disease account for the 7 of the world top causes of death. It means that the non-communicable disease, that is also known as the lifestyle disease, it accounts 7th most cause of the death in the world. Number 3 is the Lancet Citizen Commission on Reimagining India's health system launched. So that is the different story. Next, the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology Plan 30 Printing 30 policy. So that is the case. And also is news Asia Pacific Vaccine Access Facility, that also news Pacific Island, Pratas Island. Then in the Shahadut Dam and the Prime Minister Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Samriddhi Yojana and Ramanujan Prize for Young Mathematicians. India's indigenous mRNA vaccine is in news. And there is a weekly challenge and weekly focus of the vision, changing nature of the work. How I just go through the introduction, and you can read further if you want it to be. Over the century, technological, social, political transformation in the form of the industrial revolution, means that over the industrial revolution in which we are living in the nuclear age, and that has the industrial component much more important. But over the centuries, we are progressed from the Homo sapien or the Homo neanderthalensis, in which we are progressed through technology, social, in the formation of the social mechanism, and political transformation, in which we are moved from chiefdom to the state level transformation. It is because of the progress that are we made over the year. Demographic changes or the globalization have shaped economies and the nature of work and employment across the globe. This changing nature of the work in activity performed by person to produce goods and services for own or other use, and employment terms and conditions under which work is undertaken for the employer is intricately related with the whole sphere of a life, primarily with the individual's income, living standard, country's economic growth, but it also has wide-ranging impact on our societal issues such as inequality is also increased because of this progress, because all people are not equal. All people has not the access to the same resources that are found, and the resources on the earth are also not homogeneously represented there. Because of that thing, inequality, social mobility, mental health and social cohesion are increasing and or decreasing, whatever the case would be, is considered crucial, and it importantly role played with the growth towards the sustainable growth. How these things are? Because the rich can afford the R&D work, and they can make money more as compared to the lower strata of the society that could not have access to the same kind of resources as from the childhood days. For example, if you wanted to know about the childhood, in the first 5 years, the whole progress of the mind is complete. I think 95% of the human growth or the human mind growth can be said that it is completed in those 5 days. Let's see the waves that are found around the world. Chinook, Nadar, North Blizzard, and Note, that is the wind that across the found the world, Zonda and Pampera in the South America region, Helm, Mistral, Bora, Alstein, Fohn, Levant in the Europe region, Sirocco, Khamsin, Hermatun, Habab and Berg in the Africa region, Karaburan, Buran in the Asia region, and Brickfielder and Sitherley in the Australia, the Oceania region of the South. Let us see the cold ocean current. For example, California, Labrador, Canary, Oahu, and one more is the Greenland. Here there is a 5 cold ocean wave found there, but Peru, Benguela, and Western Australia at the same point of time, west wind drift are found in the southern hemisphere when the cold wave, when the wave or the ocean current move towards the heater region that can be called as the cold ocean current. Let's see the important desert around the world. For example, Great Basin, Colorado Plateau, Sonora, Mojave, Chihuahua, Atacama, Patagonia in the South America region. Europe there is no any desert. Asia, Gobi, Taklakalam, Karakoram, Kirizkulam that are found in the Asia region. Sahara, Arabian, Thar, Namib, Kalahari that are found in the Africa region. Tsunami, Great Sandy, Gibson, Great Victoria, and Stratostony that are found in the Oceania region. Antarctica itself is a desert. Bosphorus Strait, many times I told you, Black Sea and Sea of Marmara that is connected to the Strait of the Bosphorus, and the Sea of Marmara and that is the Black Sea, Arabian Sea that are connected to the Strait of the Dardanelles. Mediterranean Sea, you can say that. Here is the most important cold wind that found around the world. Gisel, Gregel, Itermanta, Adriatic Bora. I also make you see that thing. Alphone, Rocky, Chinook, and Resonant. That is all the warm wind that are found across the world. Wind land in what happened there: Canada, blizzard, Siberia, Buran, warm wind desert. For example, Sahara, Sirocco, Egypt, Khamsin, Libya, Gibli, and Gulf of Guinea in Harmattan. For example, if you are talking about the Indian region, we have West Bengal Ocean, Kalbaisakhi, Karnataka, Prism Shore, Karnataka, Mango Shore are known by this name. And by this I am ending the session. Thank you for watching this.